All right, folks, welcome to another episode of Deep Fried Friends, episode 30, which we're going to jokingly call this Home for the Holidays.
The 30-30.
Yeah. We might not have a episode next week due to the upcoming Christmas. I don't know about everybody else, but it's going to be kind of hectic around here. Yes, get lower, Spanky. Deep and lower.
That's the fucking word.
So we're going to go around and we'll introduce everybody and we'll kind of stumble our way into this one. My brother to the left of me on your screen and mine, Big Elk.
Howdy, howdy.
The man with the plan, Swooky.
Waka waka.
And the belt-fed sniper, Spanky.
Hello, everybody.
And I guess I'm the rant monster, Mac Merritt, since they just like to yank my
my-
chain from time to time. Why is your what?
Where?
Why is he over there? Usually he's over here.
I don't know. The positioning of the cameras, it's throwing me off. Usually I'm in the top left, and Spanky's in the bottom left, and Swooky's in the bottom right, and Elk's in the
I'm
top
there.
right. We're playing musical chairs with positions until we actually get a proper
I
system to
blame
do this
that.
instead of using Twitch and Discord. I've been looking into that, so we'll jump that hurdle when we get to the new year. I got a stutter. Leave me the fuck alone. Here, I'll solve it with more alcohol. So,
How's everybody doing?
yes.
Yes.
I know you said you just took your test today, so congrats on that. Mazel tov.
Yeah.
Yep.
Found out I passed it. I took it Tuesday.
Oh, but still,
Passed with a 99.
as a typical Asian father, why you not get 100?
I know. I saw
My
that
little boy
fair,
gets so big.
oh, shucks.
Did you passing exams?
This is the most pointless exam ever. It was just a Georgia. It was so stupid.
Yeah, dig in there deep, Elkin. Get another pitch.
I'm about to. It's not filled up all the way.
No, dude, I guess I'm the only one that doesn't dip. You dip, don't you, Spanky?
Not like tobacco. I bitched out and I dipped the other things.
Did
These
you do the
motherfuckers.
coffee ground? Oh.
Not the
Oh.
coffee grounds.
No, it does on.
Is that legal in Tennessee now?
What?
It's just nicotine.
What?
The wacky tobacco. Is Tennessee recreational yet?
No.
I don't even think they're medicinal.
No.
That's really
I know
bad.
Georgia's not medicinal.
Tell me how Missouri passed
Damn.
it though.
Damn.
Because they were tired of watching people from St. Louis drive across the border and go into Illinois and buy all the damn weed.
Yeah.
That money.
Oh, they did,
And
dude.
that Delta 8 shit and stuff.
Yeah,
Which is just pretty
yeah.
goddamn loose, to be honest.
They just went. They just kicked it off this week in Missouri and St. Louis, and I know we had probably 24 dispensaries and head shops come into us to get extinguishers and get legalized and ready to go for them starting a business. So I've been smelling a lot of secondhand coming through the door the last couple of days,
Smells like a skunk.
Smelled
like-
some at work the other day.
like a skunk rolled in burnt hair.
Which was clever, by the way, because they're doing some paving at work. So that kind of almost covers up the smell, except for when you get far enough away from the paving, but you're still elevated because you're up in a building. And you get away from that old tar smell, and then you just smell the skunk. And you're like, yeah, that's not asphalt. Goddamn contractors.
My Rastafarian senses are tingling.
Bob Marley, is that you?
I was like, we need to find this man because he needs to share.
Look at Marcus showing you, telling you how to operate.
You gotta get your mic closer, Helk. Get
Wait,
right
gotta
up
get
on
the
it.
mic closer.
He wants to see them luscious lips on that mic.
Oh, hold on. Is it because you can't hear me too well? I did turn it down the other day. Where's knob?
Get closer
there's
to it.
knob. Is better?
It's the same.
And as a
Same.
response to yours, Patriot, this is a generalization, but to my knowledge and from my experience, people that are melanin gifted prefer the stinkier weed.
Say to I mean, allegedly, that's how you tell the potency.
That is not true because some of the strongest weed has next to no goddamn smell.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. Also, am better now with the sound if I don't punch this motherfucker.
If you don't punch it, why are you going to punch it?
Because it's like right here. It's here. You see it?
It's low.
No.
You need to aim
No, I
it towards your mouth.
But I'm looking at it. You know, hey, can you hear me?
I hear you. I
We're
can always turn
professionals.
everything up a notch if I need to.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Let me raise folks up a bit here. Need to get a proper mixer and actually have individual camera lines, but that would be better in the future. Will you stop with the
Sure.
goddamn animations? Jesus
Blow
Christ.
me.
No. You're not
That-
cute or rich
that's-
enough.
That's your emote.
That's true, but still
No, I
not
thought
going to
his
blow you.
emote. I thought his emote was this one.
No, well, yeah, that's his.
the
but
crump-
his,
the
he
crumpy old man,
specifically
yes.
wanted the blow me with the bagpipes.
So I know all three of you at one point in time, or currently do, still partake in the wacky weed. So
No.
No.
Never.
you know, sarcasm
I-
is unbecoming.
Mm, wait, I don't
mean-
know how to answer this.
I don't
Okay, no,
partake.
I'm just asking. If it was your choice in your state, would it be recreationally legal?
Yeah,
Oh, I
if
think
it,
it should
it'd be
absolutely
legal.
be legal.
it should be nationwide.
Yeah.
Tax the fuck out of it. Make some money.
Yep. Decriminalize it, tax it, sell it,
Yeah, I mean, tax it just as much as you do nicotine and tobacco.
and
You know.
alcohol,
Yeah.
and soda.
Take care of that deficit.
If they don't put it in their own goddamn pockets and actually put it into the government where
Let's
it's
just
supposed
spend
to.
it on something else. Fuck them and their damn taxes.
Yeah.
Pay enough of that shit.
I mean, just because I don't partake doesn't mean I think it should, be
No.
criminal.
I'm not
I've
a
tried
fan
it
of
once,
it in
so-
my presence, but I don't give a shit what people do inside their own homes and their own cars. I just don't want it blown in my face. I don't want to be in a restaurant and smell something that smells like a fucking burnt diaper rolled in fucking Indian food. Like,
You definitely need some though to chill.
no, I
the
don't.
fuck out.
I do
Yes,
not.
you do.
I have
Aren't you
contemplated
allergic
to it?
trying an
No.
edible or two, but
Now, you should quit contemplating and just
No.
do it.
I've also been told by a great many people that it's not a good idea for me due to my, shall we say,
Anger.
more than aggressive nature, that if I get
fuck, what?
paranoid, shit could pop off.
See. That's why you don't go deep into it. You just need to puff
That's
up
I can't
and-
go. If I've never
can't.
done it, everything is deep.
No.
Hmm.
Still go light. Just don't.
Well, I'll tell you this story. So one of the guys that I work with, his wife just got medically prescribed marijuana because she's going through a bout of cancer. He gets a phone call from his wife, and she's in a panic, and she's like, "You need to get your ass home. I am stuck on the goddamn ceiling." He's like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "I'm so high, I'm stuck on the ceiling, I can't get down." He's like, "What'd you do?" Now, she doesn't smoke, so she took the little dabs, a little wax and shit like that. She's like, "Well, I took one, and I didn't feel anything. So 5 minutes later, I took another one. Still didn't feel anything. I took another one." He's like, "Oh, shit." She goes, "Yeah, and now I'm so high, I can't get off the damn roof. Come get me down." So he calls the local police officer in his neighborhood that she grew up with, this lady, Deborah Joe, I guess. And she comes over, and he pulls in the driveway right as Deborah Joe is walking out of the house, chuckling and shaking her head. He goes, "She all right?" She goes, "She'll be fine. She might want to back off next time on the dosage." So he goes in, and the wife is laying on the couch with like a death grip on this blanket. And he tries to, "All right, let's get you up, let's get you in bed." She goes, No. If you take the blanket away, I'll be back on the ceiling again. Deborah Joe said this blanket will keep me on the floor, so I can't move. I have to stay here. He says 2.5 hours. She is laying on the couch, out of her mind, high, holding onto this blanket. It's the only thing that kept
She
her
done
off.
got too high.
Yeah, that's my problem. I know that's going to be me.
No, I'm saying that's why
No.
I'm telling you, don't do that. Like she took.
Oh, the other problem is I don't want to
feel
smoke it.
nothing.
So I only will
You
do
get
edibles.
Okay, well,
I
on
have a
those-
sweet tooth. If you give me a gummy bear, a cookie, a brownie, I am going to eat all of it, and I am going to be on the motherfucking ceiling.
That's why you need a friend who is a good friend who will ration you and be like, okay, you don't feel it now,
You don't
just
need
wait.
one of us to do it.
No, okay, let me tell you again.
You
I'll
don't-
tell you another side
don't
story
need one of
why,
us to do it.
why how that won't work. I had some friends who decided to pull a prank on me and stole my Rice Krispie treats. I
God.
threw a spear at their face. It actually was a hockey stick without the fucking blade on it. I hit him in the face because he took my Rice Krispie treats. You don't fuck with my food. This again, I know my limitations. I don't need weed in my life. You motherfucker. Now I want a cookie.
It's a kitchen sink cookie. It's fucking amazing.
What's a kitchen sink cookie?
It is
I want my
chocolate
little
chip,
chocolates.
caramel, salted caramel, and I think pecans.
Yes, do it slowly, Spanky. Okay, that's a little too fast.
For our listeners, this is we're eating stuff.
Sorry. So
ASMR time. No.
Spanky has just consumed an Andy's
Oh.
Mint, and Swooky
Oh, it's
has
so
what I can
good.
only imagine is a giant trash cookie because he called it the kitchen sink, and now he's flirting with
Oh
his
God.
better half.
Okay. I'm
She's
good.
trying to let the dog in. That's not gonna happen.
Who let the dogs out?
I like how we all have different headsets.
Of course. We all have different tastes.
I don't even know what I have. I don't like them though. Oh, that's right, Logitech.
I love my Turtle
Sennheisers.
Beach.
I got SteelSeries.
I have Corsairs.
Of course,
I
you
had
do.
but-
Corsairs, but mine ended up breaking.
Well,
When I'm not poor again, I'm getting Sennheisers again. Fuck these shit. These things.
fucking Sennheisers. Holy shit. Or like the guys, I think I saw Clean order some. It is the custom ones that you get they're the inside ones, but they're like $3,000. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Must be
That's car-
nice.
That's Carno.
A hard pass. That's 3 truck payments.
It's just wow.
Yeah.
What?
Professional streamers.
Wow. Just
That's
3
that's-
truck payments. Oof.
Oh,
Hell, I'd pay my car for fucking 9 months.
I mean that's like 120 high points. Jeez.
God, how many Andy's Mints is that?
Ay. What's up, Graham?
Eh.
By the way, Mac, did you watch my little video I sent you earlier? It was
Yes, I did. I watched your
bashing on shit.
cute little Ford commercial. It was fantastic.
It was cute.
That was
It
great.
was.
Yeah,
If
I
you wanted to
love
see
how
one where
all
they're
of y'all
bashing
just
on
keep throwing. I figured me throwing out my own meme about I've got to get past this guy on the road. We just turn off the AC for more power. I figured that would have definitely elicited a response from your ass. I'm like, this motherfucker's right here.
You should have watched the one about the Chevrolets. Oh my God, he really ragged on them motherfuckers.
Was it about their
fucking
black,
hilarious.
their black paint pit chipping off after like 2 summers?
It was. I don't think that, but goddamn, yeah, it was pretty rough on. You should watch it. Hell, they're only like 2 minutes long.
I'll have to do
The
some
Dodge
reaction
one,
videos
they
sometime in the near future.
Probably talk the best about Dodge, which I can understand. I like the Rams.
What I hate about Dodge is they took the one good vehicle in their fleet, i.e. the Ram, and decided to make it its own fucking branch. Dumb. Get off your phone, Swookie.
I'm not on the phone.
Oh.
He's playing solitaire.
No, I'm about to post
Minesweeper?
something in our Discord.
Oh.
I'm listening. Continue. Oh,
Okay.
that's not what I want to send. Hold up.
So, Elk,
Sorry.
we already know that Swookie is getting shit on this Christmas with his son, which is very unfortunate and should never be a thing. Children should not be a bargaining point amongst adults on the holidays.
Yeah.
A prior agreement of, okay, this year I get him Thanksgiving and you get him Christmas and then we'll flip next year is one thing. But for one side to be yanking a chain, because all three of you can attest to this, having issues with baby mamas, which I don't want to drag them through the mud because I respect y'all's wishes to not start shit. But, what's up, frickin'? But yeah,
Hey, frickin'.
that would suck. That would absolutely send me over a fence and into somebody's backyard with a baseball bat if somebody told me I couldn't see my kids on Christmas.
Well, so like we just made an agreement this year because we don't do a whole lot except for Christmas Day anymore, and it's probably like getting close to two of my grandma's last Christmases, so it's gonna even get shorter. We agreed to let her for the rest of the remainder of the thing to get him until Christmas morning. Then he goes back Christmas afternoon, so they can do Christmas because they got like 5 Christmases to do.
Okay. Damn.
That's a
Well, because we're both like like both our parents are divorced, but I don't communicate with mine.
Yeah.
So she's got her families, her dad's family, her mom's family, and then my son's stepdad's family, and yeah.
Yeah, it's just that's got to put a strain on all of y'all. So
I mean, it's not easy. I mean, doing the divorce thing, I would definitely tell people to try to work it out over, unless it's just absolutely positively no chance of it working. Because doing the divorce thing sucks.
yeah, divorce thing in general, but then you talk about the kid factor. Because for me, Christmas is all about the kids, like seeing their faces. Because Christmas to me anymore is just like Thanksgiving. We're getting together. We're gonna eat a big ass meal. We're gonna joke. We're gonna BS. There's some football on TV. Great. 3 things I love: family, food, and football. Now throw in a few presents because I always get shit on for presents. So I don't even care about presents. I care about the kids waking up and seeing shit under the tree and going bananas and building Legos with the kids and doing all that stuff. So I can't even imagine that morning to not see the kids, or at least even that evening to not see the kid's face ripping open presents.
I don't know how I can stop myself from doing a Jack Nicholson, here's Johnny situation on that shit.
Y'all are stronger, better men than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like I give him one. You go mess up one time, then you gonna piss me off.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a difficult like situation to try to explain to people that don't have to go through.
And that's the
I
thing
don't
is,
I don't know how to word it. Like, I don't want to say negotiation, but I mean, pretty much it is a
well,
negotiation.
it is a negotiation. It's an agreement between what's supposed to be 2 semi-rational adults over the betterment of the child, what's best for the kid. But it turns out to just be this petty bickering. Because I watched it with my own sister and former brother-in-law. The stories that you've told me about you and your ex going back and forth on your kid. Now Swookie and his ex going back and forth on his kid. Like I said, I don't know how y'all deal with it, because there would be an issue with somebody's brake lines not working.
Like, I don't know, like it wasn't an easy process for us to get where we were, and if it wasn't for her new husband, like it would have been a lot harder. But he's kind of like the mediator.
Well, at least you got a good relationship with him then. That's always another conflict of interest, is the 2 dudes butting heads.
No, like we sat down and talked and got all our differences out. And we get along.
Dude, I saw one of the most savage things the other day, and I thought of y'all when this guy posted it. And the dude was talking to the new boyfriend for his ex-girlfriend. And he's like, man, sure do love this pussy. He's like, I can't believe you gave it up. He goes, it felt pretty great to me. He goes, you're only hitting the first 2 inches. So I'm like, oh, damn.
Hold on. Why do you like my chair so much?
Because it's a simple black leather chair, as opposed to everybody else who's got these racing chairs now. The gamer elite.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Mine's a
Is that it?
mine's a Walmart special, dog. It's on its last leg.
Spanky knows why I said something about his chair.
So you got a sounding rod in it?
No, never mind. Never mind. Well, I'll talk to him later about it. The conversation we had the other day about somebody mad over a chair.
Oh, yeah. No, no. Oh no, this is a yeah.
Mad over. I'm missing that part.
I'm so lost now.
Yeah.
It's okay. It caught up in his head.
Just
Wait,
Talk
no,
amongst
I'm
yourselves.
Fucking,
I do have
that
arms.
was-
It's this stupid background thing, and I'm not sitting up. I'm being a slouching slope. So
Fill me in, damn it! I'm lost.
better. You get my arms now, there, Graham.
I'll just put it this way: I got the chair in the divorce.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so on that topic, I'm not going to comment much on it. Current, because of
For
current
obvious
events
reasons.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does suck not being able to see little man this Christmas, because usually, even though I normally don't get him on Christmas, I've always, 8 years we've been split up, I've always gotten him for at least a few hours on Christmas Day. But that's apparently not happening this year, so we're gonna celebrate it on New Year's weekend. You know, it is what it is. It's just I've already not been a fan of Christmas for so long, and now this year it's just really not in the Christmas spirit. So it is what it
Yeah.
is, kind of thing.
There's always that one friend in every group that doesn't like Christmas. I had a buddy for years that didn't like it until he had his own kids. He hated it because his dad died on Christmas, so he hated it for every year that I knew him, up until his daughter was 1 year old. And then finally I looked at him and was like, dude, you got to stop hating Christmas. Because I just don't like it. I was like, dude, that's great. You don't have to like it. You just have to not hate it, because now your daughter is excited for Christmas. Presents, Santa, all that rigmarole. And I think it finally opened his eyes to, he's not a fan of Christmas, but he goes through and he'll put up the tree and put up the lights and doesn't bah humbug everything anymore. And I'm like, yeah, Christmas ain't about the adults. Christmas is about the kids and just getting together and having a good time. Yeah, it's great if you get some good shit out of it, but we're all adults. If we want something, we just go fucking buy it. That's the great thing about being an adult. I don't have to ask permission anymore. Well, most of the time. I had to ask permission to get the truck.
Yeah.
If Mac is going to get a logo, it's going to be a Scotsman behind me holding up his kilt, saying, "Bless me, bagpipes." Spooky,
So you know
you're
what
going
really
down a
grinds my
slippery
gears?
slope. Huh?
Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, we're going
You know
to...
what really grinds my gears though?
Sure, go ahead.
Just going to change the topic up as we do.
Okay, yep, definitely.
We do that.
Because
I love
Just-
socks for Christmas, Graham. Sorry.
I just seen one of the news articles that pops up. You know, where's the creativity in every fucking body nowadays? Because, like, look at the games we've been getting lately. Look at the fucking cars. Look at just the movies and shit. It's all fucking reruns of old shit.
Oh yeah.
Cars are retroed of old shit.
It's nostalgia factor,
Fucking
dude.
all the movies are just
Regurgitated.
yeah, just
Yeah,
like,
they're
look at
they're
all
retreads
the
of old
retro
movies,
shit.
old shows.
Hell, they're even starting to redo the Marvel movies again and shit.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Well, they're completely rebooting the DC universe now with James Gunn.
Exactly.
So they're going to reboot stuff that's not
Or-
even 10 years old.
Like Batman's gonna be rebooted for the 12th time.
Just like Spider-Man.
Mhm.
We're going to get
Yeah,
another
shit.
Superman. Henry Cavill's officially out.
And like games, you know, they just Modern Warfare 2 again. They changed it a little bit. I'll give them that. Still brought it right back.
The reason they did
one
that,
of the
Spanky, is
following-
because... Go ahead.
Oh yeah, well, I know why they did it, but still. And one game I've actually been following because I fucking love it is The Witcher 3, and I keep looking at it and I'm like, what's actually different about it? And I'm like, do I even want to attempt this shit? I don't know. That bothers me. Like, how many times has Skyrim been re-released and shit?
Well, that's just because the fact they haven't made another one, so...
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
time.
Graham is saying, there
It's
are
time.
good games. Like there's a lot of innovative games that are coming out. Most of them are indie. I know personally in the building games I'm into, there's a lot of fantastic new games that are coming out that are redefining the genre. You guys are more into the shoot 'em games like Hell Let Loose and stuff lately. You can only, I hate to say this, you can only do World War II so many times. Nazis are great bad guys. Cool. There's your bad guy. There's a Nazi. You've got a selection of about 10 to 15 weapons to choose from. You've got a dozen or so tanks, 4 or 5 airplanes, and a dozen regiments divisions, blah, 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 that everybody recognizes. So you're telling the same story over and over and over again. It would be cool if they did some stuff like landing with the Big Red One on the coasts of Algeria and marching all the way across North Africa and then doing Kasserine Pass and then invading Sicily and landing at Anzio instead of, hey, it's D-Day, we're fighting our way into Germany. That's the same thing that they've done since the Medal of Honor games on PlayStation. They just now have better graphics, 64 or more players. Like Foxhole was cool because, hey, here's a game that everybody, it's simple, it's easy, but it changes and it's a whole new approach to war. I think we have gotten stuck in this mindset of the things we love, like World War II and Vietnam, are over and over and over same thing. So movies, hey, look, we got Avatar 2 coming out. Guess what Avatar 2 is? It's Avatar 1 in the water.
I didn't like Avatar 1, so.
Well, Avatar 1 was cool, but I'm not going to rush out and see Avatar 2. And after comments by a certain director and producer, I have no desire to give him my money. So, again, you said they're remaking the same Marvel movies. They're the big stars that everybody fell in love with in Marvel are aging out, timing out, contracting out, and they're done. So now they're bringing in the next generation of Marvel people, and they're doing their version of Suicide Squad, this Thunderbolts or whatever it is.
Huh.
Oh, we're taking the bad guys, and they're going to do a job for the U.S. government in Marvel. That was called Suicide Squad. Tell DC thanks and give them their money.
It's been around for a while.
I know it's been around. The comics, the two comics fought each other. They copied each other constantly. It's like Apple and Android. They're going to do that. But still, it's nothing new. We've seen it before.
I know.
See, there's a game I absolutely miss coming out, and it's never going to come out again because, well, as soon as I tell you, you'll know. But like, I always loved the Metal Gear Solid series and shit, and that's absolutely fucking dead. But I used to look forward to that because it was a war game, it had excellent fucking story and shit to it, and it was new, completely fucking new the way they did it, and you don't see shit like that very often at all anymore, really.
Whenever Kojima left, and then when they changed Snake over from David Hayter to Kiefer Sutherland, I don't know. Snake Eater was probably one of my favorite games.
Oh, dude, that's the best one, period.
The last one wasn't horrible, but it just didn't feel Metal Gear Solid to me. You know?
And that's the problem with a lot of these games now is they have the ability to get big name actors and put them in a game for face value and recognition and Hollywood clout. And in the end, it's biting them in the ass. What's this new game they've got coming out that's a fighting game where you take it over a city and literally like all 8 of the main characters are movie stars. Danny Trejo and...
I know what you're talking about. It's on Epic.
Like Robbed City or something like it's some crazy. Everybody in it's a movie star. And I'm not mad at it. It's like Kim Basinger and everybody else. I'm like, what the fuck?
Funny enough, out of all the fucking studios, Bethesda proved that you don't need that because they used to use some of the big name people for like the Fallout games. Like they had Liam Neeson and shit like that in the Fallout games. And then Fallout 4, when they released it, like nobody was, top tier actor, A-lister, whatever. I don't even think they had any B-listers on it. And still, everybody fucking loved it. So, I don't know why in the fuck they feel like they need to have that anyway. That's not like it's a good game. They should know that shit by now.
It depends on the game. It's like Cyberpunk, and I love Keanu Reeves, but Keanu Reeves didn't make Cyberpunk any better than what it wasn't.
I think if
And-
they not built him in as part of the main storyline and built him in like part of the like built-in tutorial prologue of the story, like here's Keanu, he's in your head, and then just kind of give you a shove out the door, then cool. But
Yeah, and that's like, there's a few games I'd like to see revived. Like Patriot mentioned Just Cause in chat. A game that I missed that was on the PlayStation was Mercenaries. Mercenaries 1 and 2 was a fun game. And then we talked about it last
Bad
night,
take,
Turok Dinosaur Hunter, from back in Nintendo 64 days. That would be a fun one. I mean, there's
didn't they
some
make a
old
movie
game-
of Turok and it was so bad they never released it?
Not maybe. No.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Was it by what's his face?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. I know they were making it at one point in time, and I think they said it ended up being so bad that they never released it.
Either you
Go ahead.
Bowl or the dude that's married to the chick
Did it
from
get
Fifth
M
Element?
Night Shyamalan like some of the other fucking movies have?
No, it's that one dude that made all the video game movies that are in Resident Evil movies. That what's her face, Mila Jovovich or whatever. Her husband was a director. I can't remember his name. Damn. But he did the Resident Evil movies. He did. Fuck, there's another one, another video game, and then U Bowl did a bunch of video game movies that failed miserably.
You're talking about Max, called Crime Boss Rocky City.
Okay. Okay, and they turned the Turok movie into an animated movie instead. Okay, that's what happened. All right. No, I'm with you. It's just I'm like Spanky. It's getting frustrating. It's the same retreads of the same dumb movies over and over again, and they can't come up with anything new and fresh. And the few times they do come up with something new and fresh, it's cool. Like when they first came out with John Wick, bam. It wasn't new in the fact that we've had a guy with a gun kicking ass, but nobody had done those kind of movies. And within the course of 2 years, everyone came out and made that style of movie. The gun fu that almost goes
Equalizer.
back to the
I
Equalizer.
was about
yeah.
to say Equalizer started that shit.
Which was
long
first,
before-
Equalizer or John Wick?
Equalizer. Equalizer came out in like the early 2000s.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, 'cause
No,
hell, I'm the third
Equilibrium.
one now.
Equilibrium, not Equalizer. Equalizer's Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
You're thinking
Denzel.
Equilibrium. Equilibrium was with Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Gun Fu.
Well, Gun Fu goes back to Chow Yun Fat with
Well,
the
it does.
Replacement Killers with him and Mira Sorvino, because that was his whole thing coming over, and that was the big thing and that was a big thing for about 3 or 4 years, and then it went away, and then it came back in with Equalizer was 2014, and
Well, that was still
John
before.
Wick was 2014. So ironically, the two of them came back out at the same time. So they couldn't copy each other; they were both being made at the same time. But still, hard-boiled, awesome movie. Yeah, there's some. Chow Yun Fat was good. I liked Chow Yun Fat.
Until he
Tell you
played
what,
Master
something else.
Roshi.
It's also annoying. Like, there's been a bunch of good like shows and shit that came out too. They're, I don't know, based on books, animes, other shit, and it just annoys the fuck out of me whenever people shit on it so fucking hard because it's not exactly like whatever the fuck it was based on.
Well, dude, you get that with every type of
I
fandom.
know.
Star Wars fans are tearing all these Star Wars shorts apart because it's not exactly like the comics. It's not like the books. George Lucas wouldn't have done that. No, George Lucas sold the company in 2012 because he thought the end of the world was coming, and they gave him $3 billion. The guy thought the fucking Mayan calendar thing was real. He's like, fuck it, take the company. I'm done. We're going to die in 3 months. Have a blast.
If they were to have made Game of Thrones verbatim of the book, we would still be on season 1. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the only movie I've ever seen from a book that was verbatim to the book was Holes with
Yeah.
Shia
Shia
LaBeouf.
LaBeouf.
Yeah, and that was like 1 for 1 with the book, and it worked. But it was also a very short book.
Yeah.
It wasn't a novel. So I don't
I,
know.
would,
It's
I got
Okay,
two good
somebody's
ones
at the
that come to
band
mind though.
grab
Thinking of
Star
this,
Trek was better. Pfft. Be gone, plebeian. Space
depends on
communism.
what type of space shit you're into, but yeah. The two shows come to my mind though, like thinking about this, and both of them were on Netflix, and both of them got canceled. One, Altered Carbon. Have you ever seen that?
Loved that show. Loved
It
it.
is a fucking great
That
show.
first season was
Excellent.
a absolute killer.
This is a fucking masterpiece. But it wasn't exactly like the comics, and it caught some flack and shit. And it's absolutely stupid because you ever watch it, goddamn, it's fucking great.
Oh yeah.
And the second one, Cowboy Bebop, the fucking
Dude,
show,
dude, they
amazing.
just again, are you talking about a fandom killing a show before it ever had a chance? The fandom killed that show because it wasn't exactly like the comics. Yeah, because those are paper comics that were drawn in the 80s, you dumb fucks.
I have
I
mixed
watched the
feelings about
anime.
it. Yeah.
The anime was good and shit. It
I
was
loved those
different
comics.
than
I
that,
read the fucking
but
mangas when it went fucking right to left, backwards to American standards. Like,
the show was fucking. It was a good show, even though it didn't follow it to a T. It was still good. It was entertaining. It was funny. It kept my fucking attention.
I don't hate Star Trek. It's just you're telling me Star Trek's better than Star Wars. You're out of your fucking tree.
I mean, if you're wanting to hate on movies for not following shit, you can hate on
Everything.
the Airbender and the Dragon Ball movie.
Oh my god, please don't
World
bring
War
that movie
Z.
up. The Dragon
Both of
Ball
those.
movie was the worst fucking movie in the history of fucking movies.
Oh,
That
you
live
want
action
to
was
play
atrocious.
this game of the worst movie ever?
No.
The last Airbender was pretty fucking bad. Really fucking bad.
So you just brought up Star Wars. I watched the TikTok earlier, and it had me dying laughing because it was so accurate. But the Star Wars storyline, the first 3 movies, with the Harry Potter, and just think about it.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Harry.
Look, just
J.K.
right-
Rowling ripped off the fucking. But even then, George Lucas ripped off half of his story from previous movies in the 50s and 60s.
I know, it's just- It was just funny.
Half the
like
scenes
after-
and shots from that movie he took from 4 or 5 movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Like I said,
they
it
just
cracked me up
influence one
because-
another. They adapt. Like Quentin Tarantino, almost all of his movies, he adapted from scenes and images and other movies that he has watched and enjoyed, and then he put his own spin on it. Which that's fine. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery, but no, it didn't because their creator died. And yes, the woke thing is killing all the movies. That's the reason why they keep retreading shit that's easy, because it doesn't offend anybody. Like, look at shit that was made 10 years ago that you can't make now. You can't make Tropic Thunder, which
Thunder.
I hated, but you couldn't make it now. Blazing Saddles, they would line up on the wall and shoot everybody if they tried to make that movie today. Even it was the fact that it was done by a Jew. They would like, nope, you're an anti-Semitic, racist, white asshole. You got to die. Like, what? Mel Brooks? No. There are so many movies they could not make now. Wedding Crashers? Oh no, that's sexist. You're objectifying women. There's not enough diversity. Like somebody told me the other day, I was like, we have to have more people like this for diversity. I was like, okay, if you truly want to play the political correctness diversity game, and you want to do this based on fairness and open truth, here's how it would work, and no one wants this to happen. You would have to have a cast of 100 or divisible by 100, going down 50, 25, etc. 100 is the easiest way to explain this. You'd have to have a cast of 100, 50 male, 50 female. Of those 100, 60 of them would be white, 15 would be black, 15 would be Hispanic, and the rest would be a mixture of races and ethnic groups. Nobody wants to play that game because it's still 60 fucking white people on screen, and that's not fair.
Oh, and that's like the problem is a lot of the older generation of the different races and stuff don't care. It's the younger, as the use which the word you use, woke crowd. Like I've watched several videos. One of them I remember was this whole YouTube skit where they went to and they got orange chicken, and they were eating orange chicken from Panda Express. And the two younger Asians were like, "Oh my god, this is offensive. You know, it's not even an actual Chinese dish. Blah blah blah. It's just
No, it's a
disgusting."
Chinese American dish.
And then they went to a couple older Chinese, a couple that was from China, barely spoke any English, and they're like, "This shit's good." You know, they're like, "I don't care if we didn't make it; it's good."
Yeah.
Same thing could be said for movies like Ghost in the Shell. Everybody was so raging because Scarlett Johansson played the android, but what the creator even said, the android in his movie wasn't Japanese. She was meant to be white. A lot of anime, the characters, that's why they have such big eyes, big boobs, is because they're designed after Western cultures. You know, it's the creator signed off on Scarlett Johansson because that was his vision, was her. It wasn't a Asian human. Just like Goku, everybody freaking out, you know, when people portray Goku as a like Caucasian individual. He's not even human. I mean, he's an alien. So it's like I understand that the story of Dragon Ball is originated in Chinese mythology, and it was a monkey boy that was the original Goku character. But still, it's like I don't know. It's the younger generation woke
They didn't last
crowd.
past like season 2 of Dragon Ball though, so
Yeah, I can't say shit. I think I've
That's
watched
not-
maybe
it's
5
not
episodes
even getting
of
into
Dragon
Z.
Ball.
Yeah, that was episode like I don't know 20 out of 700.
I
is when
remember
it
watching
changed.
one episode of Dragon Ball where he was on a spaceship training at 50 times gravity, and I was like, yep, he would be shattered into pieces. That's not viable. And I turned it off. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. I love Robotech, which is giant robots, but the dude is up in a fucking ship going, hi, 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 for 20 minutes at 50 times gravity. I'm like, this is the dumbest shit. Why are y'all watching this? Dude is going to kick his ass. Who? The guy that he's going to spend the next 2 episodes going, ah, for 30
like how
fucking minutes.
Mike cuts him out because he yelled.
Yeah.
He needs to watch Baki. That's what he needs to do. He needs to watch Baki.
You can yank my Baki.
Just watch goddamn One Punch Man that makes fun of all the other animes. That's
Yeah.
the whole purpose of One Punch Man, is to make fun of other animes. And how the main
So-
character is invulnerable and can just literally one punch anything.
One Punch is amazing. That's one of my favorite fucking shows. Love that shit.
Now, Neon
Also-
Genesis Evangelion is one of my favorite classic animes, but that show is full of some pedophilia. I mean, the whole premise is it's just like most anime. It's it's high school kids, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Akira
Just
is a fucking classic.
them off.
Yeah. Wake up, Mac.
I'm just doing my spanky thing. You guys are talking about anime, and I don't know a fucking thing about it, so I'm just going to sit over here quietly.
I just know about Dragon Ball Z, dog. After that, I'm
You know more about that than I do. I think I said I watched maybe 5 total episodes of Dragon Ball Z that I bitched through the entire time.
Yeah, sounds about
I
right.
watched like 4 episodes of Ranma 1/2. What the hell was that one? There was one other show that I
I'm
watched.
gonna roll it back real quick. I seen somebody mention Ring of Power killing it. Talking about the woke shit. I don't think so. They were really fucking hating on that show, even though it was good. So I don't.
No, I'm not a Sailor Moon. I don't think I've even seen an entire episode of Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon was the shit.
Now,
back
if you
in
want
the
to
day,
count
though.
Robotech as anime, then yes, I've
It
watched
is.
all of the robots.
It is. Robotech is anime. Macross, yep, it's anime.
Okay, fine. Then that's the only anime I know. I watched Robotech, Robotech Masters, and Robotech Next Generation.
My uncle and I got into that argument because he used to love it. He's like, I hate anime. I'm like, you loved Robotech, and he's like, that's not anime. I'm like, that's anime.
Hold on.
I was always
You
told
all-
it was Japanimation.
What did you not like about it? Tell me. Was it not entertaining? Were you not entertained?
Who are we
I wasn't
talking
into-
about?
I think
You talking to
Graham
Graham?
saying he doesn't like
Okay.
Rings of Power.
Now,
I haven't
this
finished
old
it.
fuck-
Oh, you say my
started
my
it.
friends are like us.
I like
They
it.
don't like all this woke bullshit, but they are all enjoying it. I don't honestly care. I watched the Lord of the Rings movies the same way I watched Harry Potter. I didn't give a shit about the books. I don't give a shit about the fandom. I thought they were entertaining, and that's all I cared about. At some point in time, I will watch The Rings of Power on Amazon. I just don't have fucking time. There's too much shit to watch on TV. I started rewatching Battlestar Galactica. I can give a fuck less about the House of the Dragon or Rings of Power or White Lotus or Peripheral or any of these other bullshit shows everybody's talking about right now. I just look at them all. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, no, don't care.
See, yeah, okay. Broke all the lore. Whatever. I doubt it. Mary Sue, I don't know what the fuck that means. Bad acting. It wasn't like it was A-list actors for every fucking thing anyway. Who gives a shit? It was still good enough. Great visuals. Absolutely. Changed history. Doesn't that go back to broke the lore?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It was entertaining. It held my fucking attention. It was fucking good. It was fucking good. And as somebody who hasn't read the fucking books, who gives a shit? Stop ruining it for me.
Yeah.
Let them finish the goddamn show. You don't have to watch it.
Yep, I'm not going to sit here. I know people who are still raving about Wednesday. All I know is that chick Jenna Ortega's hot and Gwendolyn Christie's hot, and I might sit down and eventually watch the show, but I'm not going to run out and immediately do it. What was that face for, Swookie?
No.
Me talking about Gwendolyn Christie?
Bad acting and shit.
Brienne of Tarth. You don't tell me you want that big
Wasn't that
death by
bad.
snoo bitch? Oh, yeah, I would clown that mountain. See, Elk's with me on this one. She's a pretty
Yeah.
girl when she's not all fucking bloodied and beat up in the show. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, 6'6". I'll climb that tree.
Oh, it'd just be a fair fight for me.
Oh, you get your ass beat.
I'd gladly accept it.
I just
Yes,
want
sir.
to see somebody attempt to make a Warhammer 40K movie
Yes.
or show.
Well, that was
So,
dude. That was a tweet this morning after they fucking announced Henry Cavill wasn't going to be Superman. Raoul Coley immediately popped up and was like, "Hey, Henry, hit me up. Let's do a Warhammer movie." Like, please.
Warhammer Fantasy or Warhammer 40K?
I
'Cause-
prefer 40K, but 40K
I mean-
is going to be hard to do. You're going to talk about so much CG.
Well, I mean,
So much CG.
today that's not that hard to do. I mean, you look at
I don't
fucking
have Insta.
Transformers,
Freaking, I don't do Insta.
but like
Post the pictures in our Discord and I'll look at them.
Warhammer 40K would be one of the most grittiest, darkest shows to come out. I mean,
is.
that whew. I mean,
And I would
having
love
read-
it. The problem is you talk about a fandom who is absolutely ridiculous in their loyalties. We can't even agree with each other in our own fandom because you got all the chapters. Like, I'm a Space Wolf. There are Smurf boys. There are salamanders. There are Blood Angels. Blood for the Blood God. Like, terms of service. Slanesh can't even be on this channel.
No,
Oh boy!
no. But I mean,
You're talking about a god, a demon god that's gonna be like Spanky's darkest fantasies. Oh yeah,
yeah. You. and
Spanky is
should be
Slanesh. I'm Corn. I guess Elk gets to be Nurgle since
Oh.
he's the plague lord.
What is a Nurgle?
Nurgle is the
Lord.
god of death and decay.
Okay, yeah, let's fucking go.
As that means Swookie, you get to be Zinch. You get to be the god of magic.
Also, speaking of Henry Cavill, I'm extremely upset that he left The Witcher
Yes, and
because-
it's going to.
Well,
Liam
because they were writing
Hemsworth.
this story stupid. They were breaking it up.
because of all the shows I will bitch about the casting and all that other shit. That one I kind of will because he was probably the only good cast that they made for that fucking show, and now he's gone.
Honestly, think Mads Mikkelsen would have been a better older Geralt, but I argued against Henry Cavill until I saw the episode or saw the first episode. Then I was like, okay, I'm sold. But you look at some images of Mads Mikkelsen and like drawn up to look like Geralt, and it's like, holy shit, you know. But I agree, Henry Cavill leaving kind
I'd
of
rather
broke my
have
heart.
Jensen Ackles, I think.
Dude, I was not big on Jensen Ackles joining the boys until I watched his episodes, and I was like, okay, dude, won me over.
How do you not like?
Because he's on that stupid show Supernatural. To me, it's like
whoa! I'd be damned. I draw the line there. I draw the line there.
It's it.
I
It's
draw
okay,
the
sorry.
line there.
For my personal opinion, when I saw that show, I was like, this is like fucking like a weird soap opera version of Twilight.
You're canceled.
I've
I'm
never
can't-
even seen an episode, so
It is nowhere near Twilight. There's no sparkly vampires. The only thing that would have made Twilight better is if Blade would have came out at the end of the first movie and just all of them.
well, you want to talk about books and stuff that are a copy of Harry Potter being a copy of like Star Wars. What's funny, 50 Shades of Grey, the books are basically a 1-for-1 copy of Twilight.
I'll buy that.
It's like, hold up.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Well, that was I was big on Sons of
tell.
Anarchy, and the second they killed off Opie, I quit watching
dude.
for like 3 weeks, bro.
Oh,
And
dude,
everything-
I'm with you. I was sitting in my
You're like,
freaking
you're-
apartment in KC throwing shit. Like, I was pissed.
Like all my friends that I worked with at Arise, like, bro, you gotta start watching. I'm like, they killed off Opie. I am done. Like, you've lost me.
It's another show I've never seen a single episode.
It's
I haven't either. Yeah,
it's
coming.
it's kind of
There's
like
so
it's kind
many
of like
shows.
it's like an acquired taste.
I
Like
haven't
it's
watched
I
haven't watched
just-
Yellowstone.
the only reason I started
just
watching
watched The
Yellowstone,
Sopranos.
bro. Sopranos.
Never
is my
watched
shit.
Sopranos.
I love
Just now
Sopranos.
watched it. 20 years old, and I just now watched it.
Definitely Death by Snoo Snoo Frickin', yes.
Mm-hmm.
What were we just posted on?
It's
Let me
in
see.
I
general.
think it's in general.
I'm climbing that mountain.
Bro.
Running up that hill.
That's not even that outrageous. Who is that?
He posted it in here.
See,
Fit.
I was talking to King and them about that. I would love to see like a Warhammer 40K show, but do it a la like Band of Brothers, and they all have to be in the Imperial Guard because Space Marines are just too overpowered. They kill everything. They're super badass. Nobody can agree on who they are. Doing something based off of a particular set of stories about the fall of Cadia, building up to that, and where 40K is at right now. I think you could do 2 or 3 seasons building up to that moment, and that'd be a big cliffhanger, like who survived the fall of Cadia. And then you could bring in this like ragtag, you could bring in all of a sudden all new guys from the different Warhammer 40K regiments and stuff to flavor it up. But
So it'd be kind of be like that Halo Forward Unto Dawn. You know, it's about just the regular people at the academy or whatever, and then at the very end of the movie, out pops Master Chief. And it was be kind of how you could do that with 40K is,
yeah,
you know...
you throw a Space Marine in here every now and then.
Yeah. Or, hear me out, Horus Heresy being put it...
No, dude, there's too many characters too spread apart. Again, that's the problem with 40K is the world is honestly too big. Like the problem with Star Wars, and I'll be the first one to say this, and I love Star Wars. And this is one thing I liked about Andor, the most recent series. No space wizards. It was so great to finally see a thing where there wasn't some asshole in a cloak with a fucking laser sword doing goddamn space magic, and that being the only thing people cared about. I liked seeing Imperial troops just being people. I liked Cloak and Dagger and politics and day-to-day people and how it was this oppressive government was crushing people's everyday lives, their hopes and dreams and joy. I liked not having, there's 2 space wizards that are going to solve all of our problems, Mickey. Like, no, I'm sick and fucking tired of Tatooine, the Skywalkers, fucking laser swords. Give me an entire series about just stormtroopers. Dude, somebody made a series of videos, partially using Battlefield and stuff like that, where it was the stormtroopers who were left on Endor after Return of the Jedi. And they were basically Vietnam in the dark with teddy bears of doom. Like, holy fucking shit. I was scared watching it. I'm like, this is horrible. Because, like, they had the flashlights only worked for a little bit. Hey, get out! But like
Teddy
you,
Bears of Doom.
okay. So you know what an Ewok is, right? The little teddy bear people.
Oh no, yeah, no, I'm with
No,
you.
but
It's
like,
just, you know, word
good.
association.
Yeah.
Like somebody will say a word and it makes you think of something else.
but this, like one of the things that was terrifying
You
is
ever-
like these two stormtroopers are running around the woods trying to get away, and their flashlights turned off, and he shot the gun, and the only thing you could see for a second is the blaster bolt, and eyes. And teddy bears, just like sharp teeth and black eyes in the darkness. I'm like, oh, fuck. Go on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh yeah. Teddy Bears of Doom. You watched Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how they'll poke fun at old movies and shit.
Uh-huh.
There was one that started out with a bunch of asteroids in space and shit, right? And they were like, "Oh, honey bunches of death." And it just reminded me of that. It cracked me the fuck up. Just now. Like I said, word association. It happens to me all the time.
Yeah. I would.
I know
I
where
wanted to see
Matrix
like
where fucking Jedi came from.
where what?
Because they're overpowered. Very
No, again,
soon.
it's just it's the only if they're a one trick pony, and that's the one thing I will agree with Graham on is at least Star Trek they're trying to do different things. No one person is the quote unquote Mary Sue or overpowered. The
I still need to
Jedi
watch
are
Picard. Picard's overpowered.
he
Look
is,
at
but he was the
motherfucker.
main character. Again, it's always
He's a
great to be the
superhero.
main character. He's not a superhero. He doesn't have any special
He's
powers.
a superhero.
He's like
He's
a
Dr.
Sherlock Holmes.
Xavier.
He's just really fucking smart.
He got that plot armor.
He's wicked fucking smart, eh? Wicked fucking smart.
He's a wicked fucking smart guy. Look at that guy. huh?
Doesn't have the ability to magically lift a building or catch a fucking flying ship with his bare hands and his power of his mind and the
Don't
belief
give
of
them ideas.
midichlorians. Like, yeah, he's not Marvel movies with fucking Magneto. He's not a fucking Jedi. Like, I'm tired of that. That's why I like the Punisher. The Punisher was a pissed off guy with a gun. He settled problems. I wanted
Thomas
more shit
Jane.
like that. I'm tired of all the goddamn Jedi all the time. That's why the Mandalorian's cool. Hey, I'm a guy with
Thomas
a gun.
Jane, best Punisher.
Tom Jane was an awesome Punisher.
I'm gonna fucking beat both of you to death with a fucking golf club.
What?
Dolph
It was a great
Lundgren is
movie.
the only Punisher. Fuck everything
Dolph
else.
Lundgren. Yeah, that was a good one too.
Sure.
Bernthal, second place.
No, Tom Jane.
I'd go Tom Jane, then Bernthal. Then
Okay, the
Bill.
only
Hey.
good scene in that whole Thomas Jane version of Punisher. Actually, take it back. Two. Him when he stabbed the Russian Kevin Nash because it was a real knife, and Kevin Nash didn't even flinch. That was gangster as fuck. The second
Fucking
one,
Kevin Nash.
huh? It's Kevin Nash.
It's fucking
Yeah.
it's Kevin Nash. I mean,
But if you got stabbed in the chest, do you think you wouldn't react a little bit? Like, what the fuck? He just like. No, the other scene in that was the
Motherfucker
Harry
gets
Heck
stabbed.
scene where he's in the fucking diner eating and Harry Heck
yeah.
comes in and starts playing the guitar. That scene is stone cold, fucking right out of the comics amazing. The rest
Yeah.
of that movie, throw that shit and fucking John Travolta's fucking Scientology ass in the river.
I like when he makes him hold the fucking.
oh, when he
C4
makes
or
his son
whatever.
hold the
See how fit you really are.
And they stole that from fucking Terminator 2. Hold the detonator.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's another group of movies that I used to love, and I even liked Terminator Salvation with Christian Bale. I did. It was not a great movie, but I liked it.
Wasn't
And Terminator
okay.
3 was horrible.
It
And
was
then
god-awful.
Genesis and the rest of them they've made, they just need to stop now. You can't be.
It's just ways to bring
Judge-
Arnold back. He has to look like a Terminator again. I gotta be
It's
back in the
gotten to the
movies.
It's gotten to the point of the Fast and Furious. It's
Fast and Furious 23, Vin Diesel, loosen an old folks home. Let's go. Get in the chopper.
Like my only beef with Fast and Furious was like after Tokyo Drift, it stopped being about cars.
Yeah. It
I mean,
became
they went to
Ocean's
fucking
11 in
space
cars.
in the last one, so I mean,
If they don't name Fast and Furious 11 Ocean's 11 Furious,
I just hope they don't make another one.
they better be on the goddamn
are.
water like chasing
They're
fucking
making
jet
a new
skis
one.
and Russian
Why?
oligarch yachts.
well, they already had the
Why?
one that was Turner and Hooch or whatever the fuck it was.
I mean,
Turner and Hooch.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Same thing.
Okay, now I'm curious. Which one was the dog and which one was Tom Hanks?
Well, obviously, The Rock is Tom Hanks,
No, he's the
And the-
dog.
and the British dude's the fucking dog.
He's slobbered and he's
No.
juiced up.
And everybody
Statham
knows
is
he's gay,
definitely
okay?
Tom Hanks.
Dude, I just can't believe Jason Statham's an
maybe,
action hero
maybe.
now. The dude who was a fucking Olympic diver is now one of the like top 5 baddest
Right.
men on the planet.
Right?
Yeah. What was it? Snatch that he was in way back in the day? Where wasn't that
Linda
Snatch?
Hamilton's still Sarah Connor. What's wrong with you?
It was kind of like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, I believe.
Yeah.
And it was,
Yeah, snatched.
And he was like the nerd. he
No.
wasn't a badass or anything.
No, he was kind of
But he
Before
was
the
like
Germans
a
get
nerdy
here, huh,
type
Tommy?
guy. Yes,
yeah. He
Iowa.
wasn't punch him up. It wasn't until he did the
Transporter.
Italian Job.
Oh,
The Italian Job and Transporter. That's when he suddenly became Mr. Action Hero.
yes,
it's-
Iowa. You've missed the whole damn thing. Good job being late.
You missed it. You were in the channel when we said we were about to launch this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You
I think he was still
fucker.
cooking.
He was looking for flights to Montana.
Look,
His look
Oh,
like corn. I
y'all
know
throwing
what he's
some
doing.
shade at the man. That's you eating your dog shit cookie and throwing shade at the corn hub. That is so
If
mean.
dog shit tasted like this cookie, I'd be farming.
Well, I got
Really
the show.
farming our
Iowa.
yard.
We're about 5 minutes away from starting to wrap it up, which will take another 20 minutes.
It's like a Midwestern goodbye. Yeah, it takes 20 minutes to say goodbye to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I always just do the Irish
Not
goodbye because
Billy
it end
Bob.
right now.
Not John Boy. Not Billy.
I'm so glad he died in World War One.
What?
what?
What? Who? Just kind of confused how he got from the Midwestern America to the German army. No one else is picking. Okay, the guy who played John Boy on that show, he was in the original version of All Quiet on the Western Front, and he dies right at the end of the movie. I was so glad when that happened.
Oh,
Like him
But
and
anyway.
him and Drew Brees need to cut that shit off of their face. Get a knife, or here's a quarter. Go downtown and have a rat and all that fucking thing off.
Drew Brees is a birthmark.
Yeah, you could still get it covered up. You had millions of dollars.
yeah. Ads, gotta love them.
Well, if you subscribed to Iowa, you wouldn't have to worry about ads.
No, you'll still get ads. We're charging all the way, bud.
No, I turned that shit off. If you have,
Oh, no. I've had a few.
ooh, Elk's got Sonic.
Am I subscribed? Oh, he does have some.
Okay, giving out another sub to Iowa Farmer.
Hey!
Hey.
You are a sub. Spanky's your dom.
All those reports are paying off.
Fuck off.
Welcome to Corn Sub.
I was about to say the same shit.
Fucking
Worked
reports.
hard. Getting a, what is it, carpal tunnel? Carpal
Yeah.
tunnel? You actually write them or you type them?
No, they get typed in on a tablet. But I do all
You haven't
my
made the
notes.
jump to the
even
word
worse.
speak?
Hmm?
You haven't jumped to making word speak?
No, because it's
He's sitting down
yeah,
like this
no.
right here for
No.
10 hours a day.
Eh, one ping only. Awesome, Iowa.
I
Thank you,
do.
Sean
I do.
Connery reference.
I do paper notes for all my notes, but then on the report itself, everything's done with the thumbs. Yeah. Currently, I'm working at a place called Chateau Elon Resort. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buildings.
It's
A lot of rooms.
5-star name for a 3-star place.
It's a pretty fancy place. I watched somebody go into the spa yesterday and spend about, bless you, Mac, spend about $6,000 in gift certificates to the spa, and he got 3 gift certificates. Yeah,
God,
and
Mac.
How many did
How
you
much-
get? I need to come down.
You get a hand job with that?
I could use a rubby tuggy.
That's the real thing.
I'm
Rub
gonna
and tug.
keep my mouth shut.
That's the real thing.
I still can't believe you did not know that was a real thing.
I fucking thought it was a movie thing, dude.
I'll send you a link to a website later. So Iowa, when are we launching cord subs?
When are we gonna have Iowa on to talk about corn?
Dude, I want to talk to Iowa about the harvest. I am down to clown with that.
What are we harvesting?
Organs mostly.
Kidneys.
I harvest ears, not really organs.
We need to play Vietnam again.
We need to play who?
In some Mike Force in Vietnam.
Oh,
We all got to be on.
And speaking of, the other thing we talked about doing was another role-playing Hearts of Iron 4 game.
Hey.
Okay, Swooky's out.
Maybe.
no, It was held over my head by Iowa that I owe him one. So I will download
I'm not going
the
to
game
force you
and
to play a game you don't want to play. Like, I don't play Hell Let Loose with y'all, so.
I will play if we do the role playing thing. If I'm like an ambassador or something,
I
or
just
if
don't want.
like a team.
I just don't
It
want
could be
someone else being
Switzerland.
someone to
can
be in
keep
control
the-
of my fate.
He can keep
Well,
his
no, that's why,
neutrality.
again, maybe having somebody like Swooky who could jump between nations and talk to everybody and like, okay, 5 minutes till the UN meeting, 2 minutes to the UN meeting, everybody meet in the UN room. He could be the one to jump in the rooms and tell everybody everything.
I could
Yeah,
be
he
full of
could-
that.
he could be Switzerland, which they have a
Viva let
nasty
him be
tree
the
now.
Smith.
They
Yeah.
have a tree now.
Yeah, they have a nasty tree.
Yeah, it's a
Oof.
Christmas tree.
It's way too complicated.
Mostly white
for
presents
Swooky.
funded by
Not
Jew
beat-
Gold.
Not beating on you, buddy, but
Well,
it
no,
is
it's too
pretty
complicated for me. I don't.
He
know
likes
what
getting
you're
beat
talking
on, though.
about.
Mostly light slaps to the nuts.
It's just been forever since I sit down and played Hearts of Iron. Like I don't remember how to do shit.
Oh, they've changed a lot of shit with these last couple of updates.
Yeah.
It's a lot of different. Like even the Swiss tree, like there's little sub things that you have to know to click on and look at to keep up with. To keep like a balance of power and shit going. And you're like, ooh.
Graham, you were the type of person, literally every single time we mentioned something, oh, well, this would be better, or oh, this movie's better. Shush, old
I think
man.
I'm the only one that has EU4, Graham. That ain't happening.
Why
we're
don't
either
you
gonna
and
do World War
American
II or we're
Patriot
gonna do
play
Mo-
EU4.
No.
No, not you, Graham and Patriot.
Okay.
I'd pay to watch it.
No, I'm not going to mention it on here. Never mind. Continue.
No, so we got to get some games. We still have to play a game of Interplanetary to make make CD happy. I do
Hey.
enjoy that game. We got to go back and play it again.
He can run Wolfpack just fine.
Fuck
It's
that game.
eh.
And we could role play on Wolfpack because there's you can fill up the whole sub now.
Wolfpack would be fun if you had at least one person that knew what the fuck they were doing.
So
That ain't me.
Spanky.
In the words of
Me?
Johnny Cash, that ain't me, babe. No, no, no.
We just need somebody good
mean-
with trigonometry so they can do the torpedoes.
Get
Yes,
Dodds.
I
hurt myself.
Actually, you need two people. You need somebody who can run navigation appropriately, and someone to run the torpedo calculator.
Okay,
I say
Dodds and
Mac.
King.
I say Mac just build us a good mission on Arma that we could just role play.
And then
the
since I'm a
choice.
mechanic, I'll just go sit in the engine room and I'll pour whiskey in the engine because that should go fast.
I just wanna be on the deck gun.
Periscope.
Yeah, periscope reference.
And funny thing, it doesn't actually make it go faster, so that's fucking hilarious.
And
I know, but that was a great movie.
It was.
Down Periscope.
Yeah.
The electrician was my favorite because, yes.
I say we do my idea.
Going on, man. That was it.
Sit there, grab the radio wire. Hey, ball wide right.
Toby Huff is amazing, dude. That guy is great, dude. Him and Harlan Williams, him and Sonar, they made the best in that fucking thing.
He was sitting there doing the whale noises.
That whole movie is brilliant. I have to watch it at least once a year. That movie is great. It's like freaking National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Haven't watched it in a long time, so now.
So
Oh,
I have
did
to-
you see? Did you see? They did an interview with
I
the
shared it. Yeah,
Yeah, Reginald. Yeah, it is a Christmas movie. Die Hard is officially a Christmas movie.
It's always been. It
I know.
always has been. I will
Die
not be-
I
Hard,
know, but
Home Alone,
there's
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. The only three you need to watch. Fuck the rest.
this weird wrong train of thought that says that Die Hard's not a Christmas movie.
Hey! Iowa
Hey!
gives a tier 1 sub to Graham.
Good job paying it forward, Iowa.
Corn hub to the grump god.
Hey, Grump Hub? Yeah.
Yes, the grump hub. I will be putting up my content on Grump Hub.
I think Graham owns that and runs that site.
For $11 a month, you can have Matt call you and gripe at you.
But yeah, no. Put us
But
on
he
our
will
mission
also
with
show up
some
to help you
select
shovel the
people,
driveway.
and we actually role play, whether it's Vietnam or whatever. You know, role play the shit
Fuck
out.
down. Mogadishu.
I mean, get a few other people, choice people, you know, that we select
Select
from
few.
a
few good men.
pool, and we do it.
I'll be down.
If we're
And
gonna be role
we
playing,
make it like a
I need to-
series. Elk can post it on our, put it up, upload it on our YouTube, and we'll make it like a mini series.
If we're going to be doing RPing, I need at least a couple of grills so that we can have the relationship RP too. Okay, and just mid-Vietnam relationship shit.
Do you need
Never mind.
grills? What do you
I'm
said
not-
grills? Hold
grills?
up now.
What do you need grills for? You said grills.
I did say grills.
You said grills. Rewind the video and watch.
I did
So-
say. That's what I'm saying. I did say.
We gonna
Yeah,
be
why-
barbecuing then?
Yeah, I'm confused. We're cooking them?
What
You old
level
fuck.
of debauchery is that on?
Old fuck.
I don't know. It's not even on FetLife, dog.
Old
I don't know. Yeah, that's something. And like I said, we'll have select few people that we can think of that we'd want to join in on it, and maybe somebody. Might be fun to maybe put somebody in like a Zeus mode that they can like record it from a different perspective as well. You know, I don't know.
That'd have to be a very trustworthy person.
Yeah.
There's a couple I think we could trust.
One or two.
Anyway, about time to wrap it up, wouldn't you say?
Yep, it's about time. I gotta get my little short people ready for bed.
Put out there again. His daddy is available.
We appreciate that, Graham. We know you got us.
Yes, we
brother.
do. Yes, we do.
All right.
Yep.
So, to wrap up the fact that we started off on a tangent about holidays and whatnot like that, is there any one tradition that you usually tried to do during Christmas this year, notwithstanding in situations like yours, Swookie? But is there like one tradition that y'all did, like giving away one gift on Christmas Eve or piling around the tree and stuff like that? Or did any family do the prototypical Norman Rockwell thing of singing carols?
Hell no.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Elk
How white
first.
do you think we are?
Not that white. We're not fucking milk
Well-
toast. But was there like one family tradition that stuck out to you, Elk?
Yeah. So like when my grandpa was still alive, on my dad's side, we would do all the grandkids. This is when we were younger. We'd get pajamas each year on Christmas Eve and take pictures.
Pretty white.
And that was my favorite thing to do.
That's pretty cool. What about you, Swookie?
So, my family's always done the whole open one gift on. Well, half of my family opened one gift on Christmas Eve. The other family, he opened all the gifts from the family on Christmas Eve, and then Santa brought you gifts on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
But my most recent, they called it cleaning out from under the trees, what they called it, to make room for Santa. But my most recent tradition that we do, the girlfriend and I will watch Christmas Vacation on Christmas Eve. And that's just because that's my favorite Christmas movie. Like, Christmas Vacation is just, I love that movie. I don't care about any other Christmas movies. Maybe OG Santa Claus with Tim Allen is all right as well, but Christmas Vacation is my favorite one. But that's pretty much it.
Shitter's full.
Yeah, shitter's full.
What about you, Spanky?
I didn't really have any family traditions until I had a family, so probably about about the only damn thing I really remember doing mainly there was Elf on the Shelf shit.
For your kiddos? Okay.
Hmm.
Hey, still, even if it's a new tradition that you started with yours, that's a tradition that those kids hopefully will take on to their next generation. Because I'm kind of like Elk, the one that we had when my grandma was still alive. We would go down to Texas and we would do kind of like Swookie said, where we would give away all the presents on Christmas Eve from the family members. Christmas morning was Santa gifts, so that was primarily for the kids. And she would always put out a bag of gifts. Like I'm talking like a garbage bag, but each of us had a special bag with our own design on it that she would make. I don't know where the fuck she got these bags, but each of them was unique. And every time a new grandkid got added in, they got their own bag. And even once we got older, like I remember my cousin Chance was about 5 or 6. My brother had just come home from the Navy at 19. So I was 13 and my sister was 11 or 12. So the 4 of us had bags. And that was us pulling out our Christmas present. Now his stuff was shaving kit and stuff that he needed for the Navy because my grandpa was ex-Navy as well, so he kind of chipped in stuff that he knew a sailor would need. But still, it was the Christmas tradition of the grandkids got a bag of presents. And that was something that we're trying to do with my kids now, like just the 2 of them. They set out presents and there's a bag full of goodies to go through, which has got all the t-shirts and the socks and the random shit that you want to give kids that they're not real excited to open up. But if you intersperse it with like random toys, it's like, oh wow, t-shirt, cool. Oh, a bear. Oh, a little car. So just try to bring new traditions and rehash the old ones. So I know that
Your
was
mic
very
keeps
loud.
cutting out.
Mine does?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
shit.
you've been yelling at it too much.
Yes, probably. And I'm leaning back again. I'm slouching like a slub. So I guess we will wrap it up because it is bedtime for kiddos and probably for you guys on the East Coast. I see Swookie over there fading. Yeah, you're so tired from writing all your reports. Got to afford all them subs you've been handing out today.
Hey, just trying to boost our numbers.
No, I'm with you, brother. It's good on you, good on everybody else. All right, let's go around the corner. Elk, tell people goodbye.
Bye, people.
Where can we find you online?
I'm right here.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Well, tell them about your Twitch, man. You still do gaming? I still see you pop up.
Twitch.tv/Elkman88.
Yeah, somebody type that in. Get the exclamation
Command
Elkman.
again.
I think it's exclamation Elkman.
There we go.
There you go. There's Elkman. And one for Swookie. Say goodbye, Swookie.
Goodbye, Swookie. Don't fuck kids.
Twiggy doesn't aim anymore. He doesn't have time because of all the reports.
All the reports.
You typed in Elkman twice, Swookie. You didn't put in yours.
I know.
Put in yours, you goof.
They know where to find me.
Put it in. All right, Specky, what wisdom are you going to impart on us tonight?
Yes.
I don't have any wisdom. But good night, everybody. And if you want to find me, I'm at Deep Fried Friends. Hit me on the Discord.
Use water-based salute when using your sounding rod.
No.
Oh, okay.
Sounding rod fittings are at Saturday at 4:00.
If you would like to talk about that, we can, but I get the feeling you really don't.
I don't, but I'm sure some people are into that sort of thing. So,
And I'll teach a course on the proper pressure and speed at which you the balls.
speed bag the nuts.
Guys, in this stream.
All right, and I'm Mac Merritt. Thank y'all for joining us. God bless you, and if we don't see you before then, have a Merry fucking Christmas.